A very good evening to everybody. 10 o'clock, and we are here with the live tips of IELTS. So we are going to start with a session, and our today's session is going to be based on part 3 of speaking, that is discussion. And from tomorrow onwards, we are going to go to a new section that is called as listening. So we have done a lot of writing, lot of reading, lot of speaking. Today being the last session, we'll work hard on this, and then finally we'll go to our next part that is called as listening. So before I start with the session, I would like to wish the people who are here with me, Mr. Webberz wishing you a very good evening, and Mr. Uday Singh wishing you a very good evening. Mr. Uday and Mr. Webberz are both in my Zoom class right now. And if anybody of you wishes to win the Zoom class, click the link in the description below. So let us start with the work. First part is, I think that if you are with me for the last so many days, we have done part 1, we have done part 2, and today we are going to be working on part 3. Now this part 3 is purely based on discussion, and the discussion is not that easy. It's not that easy. It makes the things very complicated. If you haven't followed us on social media, I request you to follow us at 10 p.m. every day. We have live sessions almost on a daily basis, giving you the tips of IELTS. If you haven't followed our blog, I request you to follow our blog. It's got great material. I'm just going to show it to you what I have done today. So that will be extremely useful for you. And then we have this Instagram page, which is again a lovely page. A lot of hard work has been put into it. And this is our WhatsApp number. For all your online and your offline inquiries, you must call up or message this number so that you can get the best deal. If you have any complaint, if you have any doubt, if you have any kind of suggestion, please WhatsApp to us. We will listen and we will fix the problem for you. Discussion tips. Tip number 1, fluency and coherence, pronunciation, lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy is checked. Make it sure that your answers are 3 to 4 sentences long. Remember, this is a discussion. Your answers have to be long. Natural speaking is very important. You must take a natural pause at the right place. Create ups and downs in your speech, which is again important. It should sound natural. Match your body language with it. And definitely, smile will surely improve your confidence. So just don't sit there with a bad-looking face, with a sad face. Smile, talk. Use your body to talk about it. You know, it's a body language is pretty important. So just go ahead with it. Doesn't matter. Now the blog. So I am going to take you to the blog. But before I take you to the blog, I'm going to show you where the blog is. On our homepage, webberz.in, click on blog, that is next to login. And you will see that IELTS Speaking is there. In IELTS Speaking, the top one is the predicted speaking part 3. And I have made something close to, let me see the count, 21 cue cards and a lot of discussions based on them. These are some discussions. There are other discussions which I'm going to do with you today. So we'll be doing the discussions one by one, slowly and gradually, and see where are we. The first topic is a house or apartment you would like to live in. And I have 2 volunteers with me, Mr. Uday and Mr. Webberz. So Mr. Webberz was the first one to enter. I request Mr. Webberz to switch on the camera and unmute himself, so that we can work out with the discussion questions for him. So let us see how does he work on it. So if I talk about the cue card, that is done. And now I am going to ask him some questions. I'm just going to be discussing questions with him. That's it. So Webberz, you have a chance to look at all the questions, make up your mind what you have to speak. Okay. These are some questions which are going to be asked from you. So let me repeat all the questions, what are going to be asked from you. Do you think it's better to rent or buy a place to live in? How easy it is to find a place to live in your country? Do you agree that there is a right age for young adults to stop living with their parents? What options are available to young couples looking for accommodation in your country? What are some of the pleasures involved in making a home for ourselves? Okay, so these are 5 questions that you have to answer. So kind of think about them in your mind. In the real exam, you don't get this. Okay, I'm just doing it here for practice purposes. In the real exam, you're simply asked the questions. So I am stopping the screen sharing and I'll be asking these questions from you. Are you okay with it, Weber? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I'd like to test your voice first. Are you okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, perfect voice. So Weber, I'm going to ask you the first question. That is, do you think it is better to rent or buy a place to live in?
So according to me, buying a place would be more convenient for a person as it would be a one-time investment for an individual.
Okay, so
So,
these are 2
and
sentences only. I want 4. Okay, add some more material to it. Talk about the freedom to construct anything. Talk about the freedom to change and modify the design of the house, right? So talk about it. Yeah. I'll ask the question
so
once again. I'm going to ask the question once again. Okay. Do you think it is better to rent or buy a place to live in?
according to me, buying a place would be more convenient for an individual as it's a one-time investment for him or her. And the second prominent point can be a person can modify the house according to his or her own choice. He can spend the things, and there would be no restrictions by the landlords. That way.
Perfect. Very well done. This is more discussive, because I'm able to ask you more questions based on this. My second question to you, how easy is it to find a place to live in your country? So here you can
It's
talk
really
about
easy
big
for
cities and small cities. Okay, in big cities, it is very difficult to find a place. But in small cities, it is easy to buy a place, to rent a place. Okay, think about it and give the answer. Do a comparison between both. Yeah, start.
so if I talk about the small cities, they might be easy. It might be easier for people to find out the places to live in. People can buy the places. People can rent the place, and people can also live in PGs and hostels. If I talk about in the case of the students, but if I talk about the large cities like the metropolitan cities, so there is a lot of congestion, and it's really hard for people to find a place that is affordable.
According to you, what is the right age for the child to start living independently?
According to me, it's about when a person is more than 18. He has become matured. He's getting right like driving license, getting right for voting. So he's getting mature. That would be the right age.
That is the right age. And the children should leave the house after the age of 18, you feel?
Uh, that's a tough question to say. Uh,
It's a hypothetical question. Don't worry. Give an answer. Doesn't matter. Give an answer. Don't worry about the right and wrong. Just it. You are not judged on right and wrong. You're just judged on your fluency. All the parameters that I've told you. So don't worry about it. Yeah, speak.
can you repeat the question, sir? Really sorry.
Do you think it is right to leave the house of your parents after the age of 18?
So that can be a good choice. If a child is leaving his parents' house, that will help him to become independent and mature. He will be becoming a good decision maker in his further life, and that
Perfect.
would be good for his future.
Perfect. What are the options available to young couples looking for accommodation in your country? Young couples means who are married. Young couples to look for accommodation in your country.
So young couples, depending on if both are working or not, they would rent a house for some times, and they can look for the house where they can live for their entire life, so that they can think for their future, like where their children can grow easily.
Right, right. So, according to you, what is the pleasure that a person gets by constructing his own house?
So it's a feeling of having the thing that is possessed by a person. It's his own thing, so that he will feeling more secure there, right? And the
Think more,
second thing,
be fluent.
uh, he will be feeling more secure there. And the second thing we can consider here is that's a freedom here. The person is having the freedom of what he want to do there.
Whatever he wants to construct, he can do that, right? Perfect.
Right.
Okay, he can choose the design of his own house. He can choose the furniture of his own house. He can repair the whole house. You can even talk about things like this. Doesn't matter. Because the more you talk, the better will be your discussion results and the higher will be the band score. और अगर आपको 8 बैंड लेने हैं या 9 बैंड लेने हैं, आराम से आते हैं, आराम से. खाली आपको पता होना चाहिए मैंने करना क्या है. दैट इज द मेन थिंग, राइट? चलिए, अभी आपको हम दोबारा से वापस बुलाएंगे स्क्रीन के ऊपर, बट पहले अब उदयवीर की बारी करते हैं एंड उदयवीर को देखते हैं उसके पास क्या है बात करने के लिए. उदयवीर जी, आर यू रेडी? उदयवीर, आर यू रेडी? आपको आवाज आ रही है उदय? उदय, आर यू एबल टू हियर? हाँ जी, आर यू रेडी?
Yes, sir.
Perfectly fine.
Good
Very
evening,
good.
sir.
How are you?
Fine, sir. I am fit as a fiddle.
वेरी गुड. स्टार्ट करते हैं जी, आपकी बारी. ओके, सेकंड क्वेश्चन लेते हैं. सेकंड क्वेश्चन लेने से पहले सबको पूछ लेते हैं, इन केस कोई इंटरेस्टेड है लाइव ज्वाइन करने में, तो प्लीज नीचे दिए हुए लिंक को क्लिक करें. डिस्क्रिप्शन में लिंक दिया हुआ है, उसे क्लिक करें और आप सीधा जूम के रूम में आ जाएंगे जहां पे उदयवीर, वैभव सब बैठे हुए हैं और हम इनकी स्पीकिंग करेंगे. चलिए जी, आपका स्पीकिंग का नेक्स्ट टॉपिक आ रहा है जी बाहर. तो पहला तो हमने हाउस और अपार्टमेंट के बारे में बात हो गई. अब अगला क्यू कार्ड था डिस्क्राइब एन इंटरेस्टिंग एनिमल. जब आपने इसे खत्म कर दिया क्यू कार्ड को बोलते हुए, तो आपके सामने ये सवाल आते हैं. ये 4 सवाल हैं, ठीक है? उदय, इन चारों सवालों को एक बार ही पढ़ लो. मेरे को लाउडली पढ़ के सुनाओ जरा क्या लिखा हुआ.
What kind of animal do people have in their home? A lot of animals are getting excited these days. What do you think about this? Why is it happening? Earlier, people used animals for their work. Now, what do people use to their work? Researchers are being the
conducted on animals.
Conducted on animals. Is this a good idea?
Perfectly fine. अब जो आपको इसमें से नहीं समझ आया मेरे से बोल दो, मैं आपको समझा देता हूं और फिर आपकी स्पीकिंग करेंगे.
सर
फोर्थ वाला कहता है आजकल बहुत रिसर्च हो रही है एनिमल्स के ऊपर. आपके ख्याल से अच्छी बात है कि बुरी बात है? कोई दवाई टेस्ट करनी है, कुछ टेस्ट करना है, हम एनिमल्स के ऊपर टेस्ट कर रहे हैं, तो आपके ख्याल से अच्छी बात है कि बुरी बात है ये, राइट?
ओके सर.
सो लेट अस स्टार्ट वर्किंग ऑन इट. तो मैं आपको एक एक करके सवाल सारे पूछूंगा. आपने इनके माइंड में आंसर्स बना लिए हैं अपने?
नो सर, अभी
बनाइए दिमाग में.
सेकंड एक क्वेरी बताना.
A lot of animals are getting extinct these days. आजकल बहुत एनिमल्स खत्म हो रहे हैं, जैसे कि टाइगर्स खत्म हो गए, लायंस खत्म हो गए. What do you think about this? आपके ख्याल से क्या इसके बारे में आपकी सोच है, क्या विचार है आपके बारे में, क्यों हो रही है? ओके, तो अभी ये आ गए 5 सवाल. तो मैं शो नहीं करूंगा इसको. आप अपना कैमरा ऑन कर सकते हैं उदय? इज इट पॉसिबल?
यस सर, 1 मिनट वेट.
हाँ जी, ऑन कर लीजिए कैमरा ताकि आप स्क्रीन पे सबको नजर आ जाएं. It will be much easy for us to talk to you. Okay. तो इन सब के जो आंसर हैं, अभी तो मैं आपको आंसर दे रहा हूं, बट एग्जामिनेशन में आंसर नहीं मिलते और आपको वहां परफॉर्म करना पड़ता है. तो इसके कारण I always tell people to do as much practice as they can, because if they do not do practice, you cannot answer such questions. They are very difficult to answer. I sometimes feel कि क्यू कार्ड से भी ज्यादा मुश्किल डिस्कशन पार्ट है फॉर सम पीपल. जिनके लिए तो ठीक है वो तो ठीक है, बट जिनके लिए प्रॉब्लम है उनके लिए बहुत मेजर पार्ट है ये. चलिए उदय जी, आप रेडी हैं?
यस सर।
चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं जी. आपसे सवाल पूछना पहला. तो आपका
ओके
पहला
सर।
सवाल आपके सामने जो आ रहा है वो आपको पूछ रहा हूं. What kind of animals do people have in their homes nowadays? Yes, Udaybir. What kind of animals do people have in their homes nowadays?
People have a lot of pet animals like dog, cat, parrot, sparrow, and other animals. And mostly people uh, in my country, and mostly people, uh, uh, one of the most favorite pet animal is a dog, and it is a pet animal, and it is very loyal, and it is very it,
Yeah.
it is a guard animal. And I have a one dog, and its breed was a beagle, and the name was a beagle, and it is very interesting thing, and it is very loyal. And sometimes I go for a walk with my dog, and
Oh,
he asked me some question, and he looks very eye-catching.
okay. My second question to you. A lot of animals are getting extinct these days. What do you think about this and why is it happening?
According to me, globalization increasing day by day, and people, animals, and passed away for day by day, because people harm the animals and destroy the forest again.
Okay. So you feel that is the reason they're getting extinct? And my next part is, what do you think about it? Is it a good thing or a bad thing they're getting extinct?
It is a bad thing.
Give reasoning for everything. Otherwise, the examiner will ask you why.
Because destroy the forest and increase the globalization, and people hunting the animals like a lion, tiger, and other things, and use the skin and the bones for the medicines purpose, and decorate the house.
Okay, my next question to you, Uday, is earlier people used animals for their work. Do you agree with this?
In my opinion, I disagree in that statement, because mostly people used up animal, and like uh, elephant, donkey, and other animal, and it's very harmful for other animal, because animals face some problems.
No. Varinder, my question is, in the past time, people used to use animals for their work. Is it true? क्या ये सच है कि पुराने जमाने में एनिमल्स यूज किए जाते थे काम के लिए?
Just
क्या ये बात सच है? हाँ?
definitely sir.
तो आप तो कह रहे मैं डिसएग्री करता हूं इस बात से.
हम करंट टाइम के हिसाब से चल रहा था ना.
पास्ट की बात हो रही है.
पास्ट.
करंट में अभी आऊंगा मैं. Do you think in the past the animals were used for work?
Yes, definitely. In the ancient time, people used up animals for the work purposes, like harvesting, and use the cow and fallows, and uh, visit the new place, and hire the one donkey and a horse, and they will reach in that place, and it's very easily away. But current time, in the modern era, people visit very quickly, like they have lots of transportation.
Okay. Uday, my next question is, nowadays, what is the situation? What are the people using for work? First, they used to use animals for transport, for agriculture. Now, what are they using for agriculture and transport? For transport, what do people use nowadays?
In the modern, people use technology.
Yeah, so use बात करो ना उसके बारे में बोलो. चुप क्यों हो गए हो?
Technology is based on artificial intelligence, and In the past time, people did a work for the long time, like agriculture.
उदय
But current time, it's
अपना
very
आंसर सिंपल रखो, अपना आंसर सिंपल रखो। आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस कहाँ से आ गई इसमें? आजकल काम करने के लिए जैसे पहले गधे और घोड़े यूज करते थे, हम ट्रैवल करने के लिए, खेत जोतने के लिए हम बैल यूज करते थे, आजकल क्या यूज होता है? सिंपल सी बात, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस कहाँ
cars,
से? बड़ी दूर की बात है। सिंपल,
cars, cars, buses, aeroplane, trains.
परफेक्ट। ऐसी बात करो। फिर से बोलता हूं, in the past people used to use animals. What are they using nowadays?
Nowadays, individuals use a different types of transport objects like car, buses, aeroplane, train. It is very quickly way, and people travel a new place and firstly prefer a plane because it is travel very quickly in the enough time. And
Perfect.
people
ज्यादा मत बोल, ज्यादा मत बोल, 3-4 सेंटेंस काफी हैं। ज्यादा बोलेगा उतनी गलतियां करेगा। 3-4 सेंटेंस से ज्यादा मत बोलना, ठीक है? इररेलेवेंट हो जाता है, कहीं और टॉपिक चला जाता है, फिर एग्जामिनर आपको काट देते बीच में। ओके, नेक्स्ट करते हैं। Animals are being used for research. Is it a good idea or a bad idea?
definitely it is a good idea because day by day animals decrease in my world, like like a limbans. India is a diverse country, and after ancient time, leopards is decreased. And but current time, and the Prime Minister Narendra Modi and bought a new limbans and gifted to India.
रिसर्च का क्या कंसर्न है उसके साथ में?
सर ने रिसर्च की तो पहले वो खत्म हो गए थे इंडिया में।
अरे मेडिकल रिसर्च की बात हो रही है, रिसर्चेस की बात हो रही है, रिसर्चेस एनिमल्स के ऊपर कंडक्ट कर रहे हैं, टाइगर्स के ऊपर
स्पीशीज पे,
कोई स्पीशीज पे, जैसे मंकीज पे करते हैं या चूहों पे करते हैं, रैबिट्स पे करते हैं रिसर्च, उसकी बात हो रही है। रिसर्चेस आर बीइंग कंडक्टेड ऑन एनिमल्स। डू यू थिंक इज गुड और बैड? क्या ख्याल, अच्छी बात है कि बुरी बात है?
अच्छी बात है सर, उनकी स्पीशीज का पता लगता है,
हाँ, और
उनके लाइफस्टाइल का बोल सकते हैं कि उनकी
लाइफस्टाइल का।
नहीं lifestyle, एक ही सर आइडिया।
मेडिसिन टेस्ट करनी है, कैसे करोगे? अच्छी बात है कि बुरी? तू कहते बुरी बात है, एनिमल्स को हर्ट किया जा रहा है। कॉम्प्लेक्स मत सोच, तू बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स सोचता है, कॉम्प्लेक्स मत सोच, सिंपल सोच। सिंपल सोचेगा ज्यादा नंबर आएंगे, सिंपल बोलेगा ज्यादा नंबर आएंगे, ऑफ टॉपिक नहीं होगा। मैं फिर से सवाल पूछता हूँ, रिसर्च इज बीइंग कंडक्टेड ऑन द एनिमल्स, इज इट अ गुड थिंग और अ बैड थिंग?
According to me, it is a bad thing because it is very harmful to harmful for animals. And day by animals in decrease in my country because scientists use animal skin and animal blood, bones, and other things, and use research for the in that things.
थैंक यू सो मच। अभी आपको दोबारा बुलाता हूं। अभी सिंपल सोचना। एक काम कर, मैंने YouTube के अंदर डिस्क्रिप्शन में सारे क्वेश्चंस लिख के रखे हुए हैं, एक बार उनको पढ़, देख तेरा क्या विचार बनता है उसके ऊपर। यहीं बैठा रहे, फिर दोबारा से तेरी बारी आएगी। We'll invite Mr. Varinder Singh, who's the next candidate. So kindly unmute yourself, Varinder ji, and come to life. Very good
Hi,
evening,
good evening,
sir.
sir.
How are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm very good too. So, Varinder, I'm sharing the screen in the first round with everybody. So we have done 2 rounds right now. The third round is this successful small business. This is the cue card. And these are the questions. Please read them.
Done, sir.
Done?
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm going to ask you questions and you're going to answer them back, right?
Okay.
Okay, so let's start. Vrinder, what are the qualities required to become a leader of a company? A CEO or the manager, what qualities are required?
For a person to hold a management post or become the CEO of the organization demands a lot of skills and qualities. Firstly, he should have the prior experience and knowledge about the work and things which the organization is building. In addition to that, he should be very enthusiastic towards his work. He should know how to manage the workforce under him and how to get the best output from them. Also, a manager should not be a person that enforces or put his decisions on his peers. He should be always ready to listen to the advices and ideas of his team members that can really help to achieve the organization's goals.
Very well done. Very impressive. Now you know this topic and you are speaking flawlessly in this. Okay. If a company is very small, what factors are there which make it successful and it becomes a large company?
There are numerous factors which are mandatory for an small organization to get succeed in this competitive world. Firstly, he should know what the product is required in the market, and it should be unique from the others. Secondly, he should know the area of customers which should be targeted. In addition to that, how to manage the people working in an organization and how to utilize their best ideas for achieving the long-term goals in a short duration of time.
Lovely. Do you think latest technology plays an important role in the company's development?
These days, we are surrounded by technology all over us. Technology plays a crucial role in an organization's long-term and short-term goals. It is really important for an organization to implement this technology and to be competent in this competitive world. Organizations are using various sort of technologies like usage of mainframes, computers, artificial intelligence, so that the work can be completed in a very smart period of time and in a much smarter time period.
Lovely. Okay, my next question is, what do you think about charitable organizations?
Charitable organizations can be defined as the non-profit organizations which are doing a good thing for the society. The field can be anything like religious thing or general general demands for the people.
According to you,
For the people.
According to you, what is better, having your own business or working for somebody else?
It totally depends upon the individual's own life goals. According to me, for starting an own business, prior experience is mandatory. So a person should be well experienced in that field before investing a huge amount of money in starting his own business.
Very well done. Today, I'm very impressed by you. Probably you know the answers very well, or you are already working and you are able to think very creatively on this. But all the answers were superb. Extremely well done. In 2-3 places, you had a little fumbling, but apart from that, everything went on very smoothly, very smoothly. I believe the first day that you had a problem in speaking the question answers, that problem has been resolved. The cue card problem is still there. Don't worry, by end of today, another half an hour is there. Your 2 turns will come in that. So be with us. Thank you so much.
Yes,
I'll invite the next person, Mr. Supreet Singh, to please unmute himself and switch on his camera so that we can see him. Kindly unmute yourself and switch on your camera.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello, Supreet. How are you?
Sir, fine, sir. How are you?
I'm very good. Supreet, are you willing to take the test?
Yes, sir.
Okay, wonderful. Supreet, I'm going to take you to the next topic. And the next topic is going to be based on discussion of a crowded place that you went to. Okay?
Yes,
so
sir.
I'm not telling you to speak the cue card. We'll just be doing the discussion questions. Make it very sure that all your answers are at least 3 or 4 sentences long. So
Yes.
what I'm going to check in this is that I will be checking fluency and coherence. I will be checking pronunciation. I'll be checking grammar, and I'll be checking lexical resource, which means a vocabulary. Okay. So I'll give you feedback based on all of these. My first question to you on the screen is this: second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So these are 6 questions that I'll be asking you. So please read all the questions.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is the first round in which I'm requesting everybody to read all the questions. And if you do not understand a question, please ask me.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. I don't know the people enjoy going to. they want to see the boarding, so that's why most people problem.
Done?
Yes, sir.
Great, wonderful. So now you'll not be able to see the questions. Is it possible for you to switch on the camera?
Sir, no, I am not comfortable.
Okay, because a lot of people are watching you right now. All right, so be clear when you speak then, okay?
Okay, sir.
My first question to you, Supreet, is why do a lot of people enjoy going to crowded places?
Because some people are boring and tired at home. Because of this, they are going to crowded places and they seeing the different type of peoples and meeting with each other, as well as they can enjoy the outer environment because they are tired at home.
Okay, so Supreet, I would just like to tell you one thing, that
Yes.
please do not start a sentence with because.
Okay, sir.
Okay, you started the answer with because, so don't do that.
Yes,
My
sir.
second question to you is, where would you say is the most crowded place in your city?
As Chandigarh is the most crowded places, and as there are a lot of traffic in that city, because it is a lot of population in that city, and many people visit different type of markets, and because of this there is a crowded places.
Okay. Would you say it is important for a city to have an amusement park?
Yes, it is very important to have a amusement park, because in park people can play, and as well as meeting with and older people also spend their leisure time in that park. Because of this, they can meet with other people and know their other culture and languages.
Okay, my next question is, why do people move to bigger cities? What is the reason? Why don't they stay in small cities? Why they go to a bigger city?
As people are want to see more facility, and because in their city there is lack of facilities available, so they want to see a more well developed city as they move, and they want to go to bigger cities, and which they improve their standard of living, as well as they enjoy the beautiful environment of a well developed city.
Okay, so Preet, my next question is, do you think the cities abroad, like in Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, are more developed than the cities in your country?
Yes, Canada is a developed country, and their facilities is totally well developed, and in our country now is developing. So that's why Canada is a very developing city, having developing cities.
Okay. Why is urban planning important? Why is
Please,
urban planning important?
sir, I don't know that answer.
Urban planning means planning of a city, where the park is going to come, where the hospital is going to come. This is called as urban planning. Why is it important?
Because
Don't start with because.
okay, sir. Thank you. Please, sorry.
Urban planning is important because, then start with because.
Okay. To sir, where I can start?
Urban planning is important because.
Urban planning is important because they had to maintain their proper standard of a city, as well as they uh, they uh, they develop the structure, a proper structure of a city. That's
Okay.
why.
It is important. Thank you so much. Very well done.
Thank
Supreet, you spoke all the answers, but there's a lot of problem in your grammar. So
Yes.
if you keep on practicing every day, your grammar will definitely improve. But your answers are very good. I like your answers. Okay.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you so much.
Thank you, sir.
All
Thank you.
right. The next turn is again Mr. Webberz Aroda. And before I go to Webberz Aroda, Webberz, kindly switch on your camera and your mic. So before I go to Mr. Webberz Aroda, I would like to read the messages. Mr. Webber Roda, wishing you very good evening. Udaybir Singh, Jammu, wishing you very good evening. Gurvinder Singh, very good evening to you too. Gurinder Singh also, Jasdeep Kaur also. And anything, person anything, okay. Very good evening to all. Okay. So if anybody of you wants to participate in this live discussion, you can simply go to the link which is shown below the description. In the description of this YouTube video, there's a link. Click on that link and you will come into the classroom. My next candidate is Mr. Webberz. Mr. Webberz, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Great, wonderful. So we are going to start with you, Mr. Webberz. Okay, Webberz, are you comfortable? So the
Yes,
topic is talk about a family member you spend your time with. And this time you will not be able to see the questions. They are all going to come randomly. Okay. So I'm going to start with you. My first question to you, Webberz, is what are the advantage and disadvantage of staying in a joint family?
So talking about the merits of living in a joint family can be people come together and help each other in their difficult times. So that is the first advantage we can consider there. In the second part, if I talk about the demerits, so there's no privacy. The people are having privacy concerns, and sometimes that can also lead to conflicts between the family members.
Very well done. My next question to you is, how many generations generally live under one roof in your country?
According to the new policies, I can say if I talk about today's era, most of the parents are willing to have only one children. I can say only one family is living under one roof. But
so how many generations means your grandfather, your father, you, your children? These are called as generations. So according to you, how many generations stay in one house in the modern times?
in the modern time, I can say it's around 2 to 3 generations who are living together.
Okay. Can you give me the answers for that? Give me reasons, you know. I want reasoning for everything. Reason.
You can consider the case of the grandfather, grandmother, and their children who are staying together. And then comes the next generation, like their offsprings, but
Okay,
again
so
staying
you can
together.
say people want more privacy, people want more freedom, and that is why they don't want too many people in the house. And that is the reason everybody is working outside or going outside to stay. So the number of generations staying in one house has decreased. So they are not joint family structures anymore, right? You can give it an answer like that phase.
Yes, sir.
So let us give you another question. My next question is, do both the parents have equal responsibilities to take care of the children, or somebody has more responsibility?
So absolutely right. Both the parents have equal role in parenting their child. It's not only the responsibility of the mother, father also plays the same role as a mother is playing. So I can say if I talk about the mother, she's doing the nursing of the children, she's spending the time, but the father's importance can be guiding the children and looking after the other aspects like physical health of the children.
Right. My next question to you is, do you think the families are going to become even smaller in the future?
Oh, that can be a prediction of the future, but it's really hard to say anything about the future.
Your voice is breaking. Your voice is not there, Webberz. Webberz, your voice is not there.
Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yeah, now you're audible. Yeah.
So if I talk, future is always unpredictable.
Yeah.
So people are following Western culture in India nowadays. So children are becoming independent. They are leaving their homes. They are getting separated from their families after they are turning 18. They're entering their college lives. So yes,
Very
the
good.
families are going to be really small.
Very good. Very well done. Everything is wonderful. Absolutely great. Some answers were small. I elaborated for you. And one thing you are missing is your smile. It's important to smile while talking, right? It gives you more confidence level and it improves your face value. So always keep on, be happy when you do your speaking. Okay. Otherwise, very well done. Much better than the last time that we did just now only. Next person is Mr. Udaybir. Udaybir, be ready. Udaybir, please start your video, unmute yourself and come to screen. So I am going to ask you questions which are not, you have not seen those questions. So are you ready, Uday? Unmute yourself, please. Unmute yourself. Okay. So I'm going to ask you questions, but first I'm going to share the topic with you. Okay. So this is the topic, a person who is often in news, like a celebrity, like a hero or somebody who's in news. And I'm going to ask you questions based on that only. So should I start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. My first question to you is, what is the difference between print media and electronic media? The difference between print media and electronic media means newspapers and television, basically.
Print media has a very oldest thing, but the technology is increasing day by day, and
Yeah.
And the other hand, and second media is very good thing, like you watch up live videos.
Okay. So which is better according to you, the print media or the electronic media?
According to me, both are preferred. Sometimes read some newspaper, and it is better for a newspaper, and watch some pictures and use with the study purposes, and sometimes watch up latest news and only prefer up technology, print
Okay.
media.
Do you think newspapers are reliable?
Reliable some.
विश्वास कर सकते हो उन पे आप? Are the newspaper reliable?
Yes, definitely I reliable in these newspaper, because they fully check out the news and write on the newspaper, and as well as online social media platform, where people have a lot of fake channels and immediately upload on the fake news, and some people face some problems.
Okay. Do you think it is important to watch foreign news?
Yes, according to me, it is very important watch the foreign news, because I watched a new culture and a new lifestyle. Like last time, I watched a foreign news and related to Western clothes.
Right.
Like they start a new trend.
Okay. My next question to you is, how has social media affected the way of life?
It's a negative ke positive effect.
How has it is open question. You can say negatively also, positively also, anything.
In the modern era, mostly people use the cell phones and laptop, MacBooks, and it use the social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and people click some pictures and read the articles and upload on social media platform, and other people read that at the against replied this picture and other thing.
What kind of people are famous in your country?
There are so many. India is a diverse country, and there are so many people living in my country, and people have some celebrities and hockey players, sons, devotes, and uh, some other places. But my favorite person, he's a name of Harjinder Singh. He's very popular person, as he's a member of parliament in Odisha, and he's my paternal uncle.
Very well done, Uday. This is very good. You are improving. I'm glad that you are speaking now. But think simple. That is my only suggestion to you. Think simple. You make the things very complicated. Don't try to make them complicated. See, think simply, keep on speaking. Okay, I'll give you a call for the next round. Now the next one is Mr. Varinder Singh. Mr. Varinder, I'm going to ask you questions which are going to be totally blind. Blind in the sense that you will not see them. Okay, so I will just show you the topic and that's it. Okay, if anybody wants to participate in this discussion, they are most welcome to click on the description link below. I'm going to ask Mr. Vrinder, the desired change of a local area. That means you have local area where you stay and you want some change in that. That was the cue card which you spoke. Now I'm going to ask you some discussion questions based on that only. You will not be able to see the questions at all. Fine? So I'm going to ask you the first question. Why do old people not like changes?
By the time a person reaches his older years, it becomes quite difficult for him to learn the new changes and adapt to the change environment. Also, he's not in a state to understand the complex things and learn the new technologies which are new to the market. In addition to that, some new changes also require some physical effort, and it becomes quite difficult for him as people are already suffering from various health-related ailments.
Great, wonderful. This is a very beautiful answer, what you told me, without any flaw. Absolutely flawless. Absolutely flawless. My second question to you is, do you think it is important for people to socialize with the neighbors?
In today's time period, it is really crucial for individuals to socialize with their neighbors, especially in the time period when the communal hate is on peak in our country and people are fighting over silly topics. It also creates a sense of security among people and helps them to gather a lot of information and knowledge from each other by sharing various ideas and opinions.
Okay. How do people socialize with the neighbors? What is the procedure? How do they do it?
There are various ways people can socialize with other people. Earlier, people used to talk to their neighbors by sitting in the open lawns or streets. But these days, with the advent of social media and networking sites, people are following each other on these applications and also communicating with them by calling them on phone. In addition to that, people are usually carrying out various activities together, like going for morning walks in the together in the morning and attending some religious and cultural events organized in the societies. Moreover, people are calling each other to their personal functions also so that they can better know each other.
Okay. Do you think it is important not to fight with the neighbor?
Yes, it is very important because it is often considered that neighbors are the first persons who help us in the time of need, especially in case of some emergency related to some health issues. It becomes quite difficult for a far-sitting person to reach at the spot, and neighbors are the uh, prime persons who can reach the spot and help us in those situations.
All right. This was well spoken, but there was little bit of was there that you have to work on. In the next round, you will not be seeing the topic. You will not be seeing the questions, and I'm going to ask you questions from your answers only. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay,
And the
sir.
next candidate is Supreet. Supreet, please be there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Supreet, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Supreet, your topic is a performance that you enjoyed watching. It can be a TV performance, it can be Netflix, or it can be anything, any performance that you enjoyed watching. Okay,
Yes.
it can be
Okay.
live performance also. So I'm going to ask you some questions based on that. My first question to you: do you think traditional performances are important, like traditional dances?
Yes, it is very important for us to become a visitor dancer because while doing dancing, we can improve the talent as well as also uh, um, we also enjoy while watching the dancing and also observing the person and entertain the judges also.
Okay, so Supreet, what is more enjoyable, watching somebody dance or dancing yourself?
Watching somebody dance is very important for us to
No,
uh,
I mean enjoyable, not important. Enjoyable.
it is yes, it is very enjoyable to watching dance somebody because when we observing someone we can a sense of happiness in our uh, mind and we can be happy.
All right. My next question to you is, Do you think children should be performing in live performances on the TV and all?
Yes, nowadays there are many channels are available in TVs, such as such as many TV serials where many younger children are performing and they enhancing their talent and among the person, and they can become a famous person in the future also.
Okay, thank you so much, Supreet. There's a lot of coming. You have to remove the practice
Yes.
more, I would suggest you, and there's some grammatical mistake also. Don't worry, if you keep on practicing, both will go, both will vanish. Okay.
I was very nervous.
I know you are nervous. Don't worry, everybody is nervous. Look at Vrinder's condition now. He's practicing for the last 3 days and he's really become very good. And he's not nervous at all now. You'll also be not nervous. Don't worry. Participate in it. You'll be fine. Okay. Mr. Webberz, this is your last round now. Please smile. Don't be nervous. That's my advice to you. Okay. Be confident. That's the only thing. Okay. Now the cue card was talk about a text message. And you spoke about that. Now I'm going to ask you some questions. I don't have any questions written now. I'm not seeing it from anywhere. Okay. I'm going to ask you one question and I'm going to take the next question from your answer. My first question to you. Do you think the text messages that we send to people today are emotional or they're emotionless?
So if I consider the today's era, people are more materialistic. So the messages are going to be no emotion. They can be emotionless, I can say. So there are no emotions people are expressing in that. They're just about their means only. They're becoming selfish.
Okay. So meeting people is better or sending a text message is better as per you?
According to me, meeting the people can help a person to get socialized, to get extrovert.
Right.
That can help to increase his or her confidence. But if I consider today's era, the people are having very hectic lifestyle. So that doesn't allow them to meet. So they only prefer to send texts.
Text messages. All right. My next question. Nowadays, a lot of apps are there, like the social media apps are there, like Snapchat, Instagram, so many apps are there. Do you think they are making the people away from each other?
Can you repeat the question? The voice wasn't audible.
Social media apps are making the people isolated?
Definitely. The social media, I can say people are getting addicted towards the social media. They're
Yeah.
just bound to that only. They are
Okay.
using the mobile phones for long hours. And mostly that can be seen in the case of the children. They are
Right.
using the social media apps, playing the games. That is affecting the health adversely.
No, I'm saying isolation. Are they becoming lonely?
Yes, they hardly meet with and people hardly meet with other people. They're getting introvert.
They're becoming
They're
more.
not talking.
So what is the solution for the children who are introvert? What can we do with them to make them extroverts?
So the children can be encouraged to play outside their homes, to play with other people. They can participate in public activities like sports, the debates in their schools that are happening. That can help them to become extrovert.
Right. When you were in the school, were you introvert or extrovert?
I consider my case, I was an introvert person. I usually sit at the last bench alone, and I hardly participated in any of the class activities.
Okay, wonderful. Very well done. But this activity that we participated in is really good.
Thank
Okay,
you, sir. Thank you.
wonderful. All the best. Good night. Next person who's going to come on the screen is Mr. Varinder Singh. Varinder Singh, please be ready. This is your last round. Okay, are you ready?
Yes,
So
sir.
the topic is talk about a time when somebody apologized to you. Somebody said sorry to you. Okay. All right. So my first question to you is, why do people apologize?
Sometimes our opinions differ from each other. So in order to convince other people, we force our ideas on them. But on realizing what is right or wrong for us, people apologize to each other. It increases the relationship bond between them, so that they can move on with the things and increase their level of friendship or other relationship.
So do you think by apologizing, the friendship improves?
Definitely, by apologizing on some mistake, friendship level definitely improves. It increases a level of interest among individuals, and uh, also improves the things in future.
Okay, what you lost this question?
Yes.
Okay, what are the different ways to apologize?
There are various ways to apologize to someone. Firstly, we can simply say sorry to them. In addition to that, these days people are offering some presents or gifts to other people, like giving a beautiful bouquet of flowers to apologize to that person. In addition to that, under the influence of Western countries, people are giving treats or parties to apologize for their mistakes.
Why do people commit mistakes if they have to apologize later?
Uh, some people are deliberately committing mistakes, but sometimes it do happen. Uh, a person who is committing mistake doesn't know whether he's right or wrong with his opinion, and it just happens. So, in order to correct the mistakes, he apologizes to others.
Okay, there are many people to strengthen their relationships. They do a lot of things to apologize, like giving expensive gifts or taking out people to a holiday or doing something or the other thing. So do you think this works?
This really works in today's time period, because people are very concerned in maintaining their relationship with other people, because by holding some grudge in heart will affect our mental health in a long term. So this is the reason why people are giving some presents or gifts and holding various treats or parties, so that they can remain friends with other individuals.
Do companies also apologize to their customers?
Uh, yes, these days organizations are apologizing for their customers for the inconvenience caused to them. There are numerous examples in front of us. For example, various online shopping sites like Flipkart or Amazon, uh, who were sending wrong products during the last month's festive season sale. They apologize to customers by refunding them their amount, and also sending them the replaced products in a quick session of time.
Lovely. Absolutely great. There's a little in one question specifically, you just lost. I believe somebody came in the room or something. You lost your attention span at that time. That was the only thing. Otherwise, rewind this whole thing and check yourself. Have you improved or not? You can figure it out. Okay. Thank you so much. From tomorrow onwards, we're going to start the listening sessions. Thanks a lot. Next person is Mr. Udaybir Singh. Udaybir Singh, are you ready?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So I'm going to ask you some questions based on a particular topic. And the topic is a person who taught you something. Okay, maybe a teacher, maybe somebody else who taught you something. So I'm going to ask you questions based on that. Is it okay with you?
Okay.
All right, my first question. Do you think the style of teaching has changed from the past to present?
Yes, definitely. Teachers teaching style is changed, because in the past time teachers have did not qualified, and they did not have any experience in this field. But current time teachers are well qualified, and teachers have a lots of skills and experience in these fields.
What is the
And
role of what is the role of technology in teaching today?
it is the best role of teachings, because children learn very easily. Sometimes some youngsters read the book and do not learn these activities and these chapters, and they show the projector and watch the animation videos and learn very quickly.
Do you think in the coming times teaching is going to change further?
Future may
Yeah, in the future, teaching is going to change.
definitely day by day technology is changing. In future time, definitely it will change.
Okay. Thank you so much, Udaybir. Very well done.
Okay, sir.
Very good improvement, I would say. You're thinking simple. You're not going out of the way. Very well done. Supreet Singh is the last person. Supreet, are you ready? Okay, Supreet, your topic is... Supreet, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, your topic is talk about wonderful weather. This is your
Yes,
topic, wonderful weather. Okay?
Okay,
So
sir.
I'm going to ask you questions based on weather.
Yes, sir.
So my first question to you is, do you think the weather is changing nowadays?
Yes, no, it is not changing nowadays because it is depend on the season and weather is changing due to the season.
Okay.
If there is a cold season, weather will be a cold. If there is a hot season, weather will be hot.
Okay. What kind of weather do the people prefer in your city?
In my city, people are preferring summer weather because they want to do more work in the summer weather and they are more productive to do work. And because of this, they are preferring summer weather.
Okay. What weather do you like? Winter, the foggy weather, the rainy weather? What kind of weather do you like?
I like foggy weather because at that time I can more productive and also enjoy that environment as in my country there is very hot and it is rarely that fog are coming, so I enjoy the fog weather.
What kind of weather is preferred by the older people in your country?
In my country, older peoples are not doing work as they are preferring to hot weather because of this they can attain a heat from the sun and they can more productive.
Okay. Thank you so much. Your speaking is over. Thanks a
Yes.
lot. Thank you,
Yes.
Supreet. Thank you, Udayan. Thank you, Webberz. Thank you for joining in the Zoom room. So coming back to our audience. So today we have done a very nice session based on pure speaking discussion cue cards, which were discussion of the cue cards, which was a very important session. And I'm thanking all the people who participated in this session. It was a lovely session with you all. Tomorrow onwards, we'll be going with listening for 2 days, and then we will start with reading once again. Thank you so much. 10